Okay, and I'm back. That wasn't long at all. Yeah, sometimes when the tool set won't hang, so you just have to turn off OBS Studio, turn off the stream, and then everything jumps to life again. So if anyone's just starting this video, it's just immediately continuation of the last video. I just had to pause the stream for a second. I might be able to edit them together if I can rustle up the technical know-how. This is all good. Just saving it if you're wondering why I'm not working on the toolset, because I don't want to risk it crashing. Yeah, you're right. Ecross Velcoria saying, imagine streaming the screaming instead of ancient software directly gets you more stable results. Absolutely. If you want to stream the Neverwinter Nights toolset on Discord, streaming the screen will be absolutely fine. I just tried to avoid doing that with my screen for privacy reasons. I mean, I've only got one screen on this computer, so obviously if a DM pops onto Discord and asks me about a case on Arelith or anything else, yeah, I'm not so comfortable streaming my entire screen. So that's the reason why that's not happening. Um, Good. So you've really just seen me very rapidly develop a very basic dungeon here. I think calling it a dungeon is a bit kind, but it is two areas. It's this area and the area next to it. Where is it? Here. So here I put this variable on there. So let me just take that again. Torm River Cave. This is the waypoint people will get moved to when they cut on this. So when they click on that, just add in a waypoint here. Now, if I give this the name of the waypoint and just put on that variable, clicking here will just make you jump to the area right next to it. So I'm putting a number 2 on the end. And then I'm just copying every asset here, jumping back over to the one I was just working on. Okay. Actually, corridors have their own little openings. Yeah, you can see that little opening there. So then I will paste everything. Have that match. Although to be honest, that one as it stands there kind of looks okay. To see if there is a cave fissure that works a bit better. Fissure. That's probably a bit better. So here is the thing to click on. And here is that waypoint. Now, I change this now to go to 2. So clicking on that will bring you to the 2, the waypoint added on the other side. I get rid of the 2 from here. So now, on the other side, in the flooded cave, clicking on this will bring you to the waypoint called Tormel Celta Cave, which is now in the cave. Here, Tormel Celta Cave. Clicking on this will bring you to Tormel Cave 2, and going back to the cave, there is that waypoint. So clicking on either side will bring you to the waypoint on the opposite side. So this is now connected. If you enter this trapdoor here in this tower. There's a ladder there going down. I have to scroll in quite a lot for you to be able to see it. It scrolls a bit too quickly when you don't have many placeables. So yeah, clicking on that ladder will take you down to this flooded cellar at the other end. You can walk through the flooded cellar, explore these rooms, fight any monsters that I'll add in later, eventually get through here to the cave, travel through the cave, and then come out over here. So that was very quick. It's very quick and straightforward. Good. Okay. So now I want to do a similar thing with the Barrows dungeon over here. And again, this is rapid development. I know I keep repeating this, but you know, if you're making dungeons for a server, you could spend a really long time on it, not keeping it that simple. Particularly if it's going to be played after years and years. So first, I just want to check the alignment. So the door is in that sort of yeah, top left corner of the map. So this is the Torm River 3. So I go new, give it the file name Torm River. Is it 3 or 03? 03 Barrows. And then I'll use the Barrows interior. This area, I guess, we probably make it a little bit bigger. And again, I'm just going to rapidly make a dungeon. On this area, it comes in here and comes out here. So we can broadly say that the entrance is going to be here and the exit here. So a really straightforward gauntlet dungeon. So let's just add in the barrows. It's actually a kind of general door, but it doesn't really have it. Doorway, barrow. Okay, so that's where we're coming in. And we want a natural exit with a transition, so that's where we're going to come out. Soon after entering, we're going to want to go down, so we'll add, just get that right. So you're coming in, you're going down. Here, that's a doorway. It's always worth leaving a void between an exit down and exit up, because otherwise when you're standing at the edge of the map you can kind of see the other door and it doesn't make a lot of sense. In fact, that's too close. So what I tend to do is I try to leave two full tiles between what are effectively different floors. Here it's three, but that's fine. I'm wanting to do this rapidly. That's not going to want to be a door one because that is an opening. That's looks more natural, but it's too far away now. I guess that'll do. Put a wall in here. And we can dress this later with sarcophagi and stuff like that. Doorway corridor. Oops. The doorway's barrow will go between two barrow areas. So if I then make this into a larger area here, another barrow on the other side. Again, we'll have this kind of symmetrical, and then I want to join two together. Doorway between the two. You can always do the same thing again. Secret passageway. Secret passageway on this. I think it only works in a corridor. Let me try and get that right. Yeah, it goes in a corridor here. It's called a secret passageway, even though it's plainly visible, because the Barrow tile set came with placeables. So, see, that says secret passageway. Of course, that's not a secret passageway. You can see it. But if I go to placeables and I go to, I think it's Parks and Natures. Is it Parks and Nature? Barrows. Um, Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here there is a placeable that is a rock that is a secret door. Boulder green secret door here. And this has different states where it can be activated or deactivated. So you can have someone click on it and then be able to go through. So yeah, when you click on it, it opens. Strangely, it's not actually showing me the open and closed state. Sometimes on the tool set it doesn't show the open and closed state, but we make that usable. Plot, advanced, activated, then you should be able to walk through it. Or if you don't want to do it where you click on it to open it, you can have people actually smash it down to destroy it. But okay, let's use this built-in feature here. So we'll put the we'll have two of these. Go back here. Secret passage. Wrong direction. I've never used this in the default way, so I'm not sure what happens when you make it clickable and selectable and usable to activated and deactivated. I'll see how that looks in game, but I can see here when I look at the initial state that it can be one or the other. So you click on it and it basically just disappears. Okay. Okay, so I put that to its default state. I will get rid of the name so when people click on it, they don't actually see. A large solid juts off the ground, that's fine. It'll have no visible name. Need to do the same here. Make sure it's on the default setting to begin with. Get rid of the name. I'm putting a space in, otherwise it will default to its original. And then just add in a bit more barrows. Again, we're aiming for a kind of gauntlet shape. So the players go through until they fight what presumably would be the final boss. In this area here, I'll put in some more doorway corridors where I will add the sarcophagi. Good. Okay. So again, we're talking rapid development here. So I'll just dress this area and make it playable. Let's see what kind of boss area we can have. I'll just use I guess just a stone formation for where the treasure. This time we'll go with a weapon rack. Medium weapon rack. A bit old, a weapon stand here. And probably buried. Oh, we don't want that buried chest. We want a different type of buried chest. That fits quite nicely with this. Rusted chest and a weapon rack. Put the boss in there. Now we're going to I want to get rid of the water here because I don't really want this to be a watery place. So just go around quickly and erase all of the bits of water that we can see. It also saves me having to add in the water sounds. We're a bit away from the river's edge here, and yeah, I just don't really want that to have water. Okay, so now just add in a bunch of barrow doors. Boulder. Now, Arelith, the engine, has a random trap function. So I can just add in random traps. That will spawn the traps on all the doors randomly, and it will match the level of whoever is in here. It's done via a variable. In order to have the random traps work, I just need to remind myself of what the variable is. I could go and check the documents because I can forget them. I think it's MI random traps as an area variable. The quicker thing is for me to just check an existing area on Arelith that already has them. So just putting in doors on all of these. The doors are important because if we're having there'll be monsters in this dungeon. They won't see that you open the door and then you get surprised by the monsters. Good. Okay. Let me go to Andanor, the sewers. I think they must have some random traps. So I go to Underdark in this list. Andanor. Are they called sewers or the sewers? I can't remember. It's so long since I made them. Andanor sewers. Okay. Just see if some of these areas have got the random trap variable. Nope, that's got a server transition. Maybe I don't have random traps in the Andanor sewers. It's crashed. Okay, the server crashed. I was doing too much too quickly. That's annoying. I'll have to rebuild that area. I'll probably, I don't even know if I'm still streaming now. Okay, I'm having to launch it from the backup. I want to know how much of it saved there. We'll see. That's annoying. Sometimes I work too quickly for the tool set. Let's just see how much of it saved. I doubt it saved the barrows at all, but it might have saved the dungeon, the cave network I did. Just have a look. Storm Riv 3, Cave 1. This is the moment of truth. Is that work saved? No. It's not saved where I did the transition. So everything from where I did this transition to working on the barrows, which will just be an empty area, now has to be done again. And honestly, I think I've reached my patience with that. I think I need a break. I will just answer any questions before I end the stream, though. So, in playing out for 5 years, I have experience with the Aurora toolset, scripting and making assets in Blender, as well as professional experience programming. who would I talk to if I wanted to help with development? Well, first off, there is a bunch of Neverwinter Nights servers out there. People can make their own, they can work for others, they can work on their own single player modules. Working on Arelith doesn't necessarily have to be the ambition, but if you're an Arelith player, and absolutely you want to contribute, then send me a PM on the forums. Keep in mind it might take me 2 or 3 weeks to get back and start, connecting on Discord and looking at areas and talking through all of it. But we are absolutely open to players that want to join the development staff. That's basically, we have a staff of about, I guess, about 50 people between DMs and developers and people making assets and all of these things. It's a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. We all do it for fun, so there's no pressure. The general attitude is people, developers should be able to work on what they want to work on. Admittedly, I veto the stuff if I don't like it or might reject it, but for the most part, I don't tell people what to work on. It's their choice. The other thing is that there's always a background check. Effectively, the DMs just make sure that that player hasn't had issues in the game, been subject to bans, or having like big conflicts with other people. We need a harmonious atmosphere on the team because we all do it for fun. So that's basically the hurdle to overcome. If someone has had issues with the DM team, with other players, then we politely decline their offer of help with building. And I say this is just because I really can do with as little tension as possible when it comes to building. So yeah, send me a forum PM. Let me know what you've done in the past, what you'd like to do, and yeah, that should be fine. If anyone else has any questions, ask them now. I'm going to rebuild those barrows quietly on my own time while it's still in my head what I just did. Thankfully, I didn't lose too much work. I opened that from the backup, so I need to save it as the original to overwrite it. I don't think the module is corrupted, so that should be fine. Yeah, good. Okay, I'll try and stitch these two videos together if I can, the two different streams, so it's a longer video, and upload it to YouTube at some point. Thanks to everyone that was watching. Yeah, cool. Okay, I will stop this stream.